Hello, hi, it's me. That dog better not, you better not start. Not while I just started this video. Y'all, that dog get on my nerves. But anyway, we back with what? A reaction video.
I know my life can get crazy. Just remain solid and know that I got it. Choose around the globe, we can fly private, change the time zone, switching up climate. Winter time, touchdown in the trap. Never mind the hate, no, can we pop? However I'm rolling, I know that you rockin'. I pitch you a 10 to tell you go shop. She more than confident, she a look cocky. I really think that's how she got me. All the way G is you rockin' with me.
Okay, y'all know I live in the ghetto, so if you hear a dog barking, that's that same goddamn dog that don't never let me live. I am gonna call the cops on that lady. Y'all think I'm playing that dog been barking all day and I work from home. I am gonna call the laws for a noise complaint. I swear. And y'all know I hate the laws. But that's what we're not gonna do. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I done already recorded this video one time and it didn't record right. So I'm just gonna talk straight through whatever the fuck is going on outside. Okay, because I really want to do this video and I just got off live with y'all. This the last day I can do it and I gotta have it scheduled for the fast. Do you understand? So we finna go ahead and get into it. It's gonna be regarding social media and mental health in kids. So I'm pulling a clip from the Childhood 2.0 documentary. It's on YouTube. I suggest everybody watch it. I watched the whole thing. It was really good. But I'm only gonna pick out a certain section of it that I feel like is important. So I'm actually starting it at the 16 mark. Because baby, gone are the days when kids play outside. These goddamn phones, I don't fuck with social media. I don't like social media. Ugh, the disgusting. Like, I tried to scroll earlier today and I was just like, I really just don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care about what people be posting. I don't want to see it. And it take too much of my time. I don't have time for that. I don't see how people be glued to these phones. If I'm glued to my phone, it's because I'm checking emails. And they so young. And it just caused so many mental health issues. So, such as this, we gonna get into it. We gonna make sure we recording. And we ain't got but 22 minutes of space. So we gonna make this real fast, real quick. Okay, so we recording. Let's go.
Interesting raising kids 5 years apart. You know, John could leave his phone sitting somewhere away. We've noticed that Jack's generation is of kids, they can't do that. They're so completely tied to their phone and they don't even know life without a telephone.
Typically when I get bored, I do pick up my phone. I tend to switch apps every 30 seconds to a minute.
They will literally melt their brains before they got off the device.
When we think about traditional drug use, we know that the age of first use, the earlier it happens, the greater likelihood for addiction. And so think about, you know, with children, their brain is developing, and if they are not having balance in how they're using this.
It really is an addiction. Like, phones and social media and all that, electronics, they addicting. And it's like, it start, like, these kids got iPhones and phones at 2-3 years old. Baby, let me tell you something. I'm not a mother. However somebody want to raise their child is their business, but baby, my child ain't getting no phone. I got a phone at 14, it was a flip. You gonna get a basic phone for emergencies only when you get up in like high elementary, early middle school. But other than that, no Lord. I'm not buying no iPhones. Not until, matter of fact, buy your own iPhone. When you can get a job and pay for your own phone, that's when you gonna get one. But until then, you gonna get the oldest, flippiest, but they don't even make flip phones no more. I'm gonna get you the oldest, basic Nokia Touch, Google, whatever I can find for emergencies. It's gonna have parental controls on it, and I'm snatching it. It's only for when you ain't at home. And if you got a tab, you gonna get a leapfrog. Ain't no tablets, ain't no iPads. You not finna take my phone. You gonna get a leapfrog. If you own some type of device, you gonna be learning your ABCs, your 1, 2, 3s. You gonna be learning how to do math, all that science, all that. Like, that's the type of mama I'ma be. But that's me. Again, however people want to raise their child is on them. That's just the way I was brought up. And depending on where I live, you could go on in that backyard and play. You can't let kids ride bikes and walk around the neighborhood no more, child. There's too much going on in the world. You gonna go on in that backyard and play. And if you gonna be in the front yard, I'm gonna be right there watching you. No, Lord.
And it's developing at a younger age. I just, question how that will continue to impact them for years to come.
Young folks tend to have their reward sensitivity and their social sensitivity develop much earlier than their ability to regulate these areas in their brain. Throughout childhood, the brain experiences rapid maturation. It begins in areas responsible for basic perception and memory, way in the back of the brain, and it ends in the front of the brain. And in the front of the brain, that's the areas that are most important for having us regulate our responses to rewards and our responses to social feedback. And the highest order part of that doesn't really develop into the 20s.
My biggest fear is when they get older that they never put those things down, and that they're so disinterested with connecting with other people, like in person, that it negatively affects them.
Being a leader 14 years ago was easier. The way kids are has definitely changed. They have less or no coping skills. They are also harder to kind of break that outer shell and talk about hard things. They don't want to, or they don't know how. It's wild. They really just don't know how to get there.
One of the greatest consequences of screen time addiction is just the lack of social development, social skills development, being able to connect with.
Exactly. It's called social media, but it makes you antisocial. Because anytime you go somewhere, whether it don't matter where you at, especially me, because I'm with kids all the time, they on the phone. On the phone. Put the phone down. What is you doing? But they can't help it. They literally cannot help it. They have to be on social media. They have to put on makeup. They got to make sure that the picture right. Got to put on a filter. Got to edit it, Photoshop it, all that. Because it messes with your self-esteem. If you see one person that got 5,000 likes and you only got 5, then it's a whole problem. Then you start to mess with self-image and self-esteem and all that. This is a whole process. God, I'm glad I'm a 90s baby.
With other people.
We're seeing a lot more of that as we are becoming more aware of what social media does to our ability to have empathy and to interact with others and to see their social cues, understand their social cues, and react accordingly. We're seeing the difference that it's making, but the kids aren't.
The disconnect of even just he with his friends. I mean,
it
is how they connect, but how connected are they if they're all getting depressed?
If they don't have anything to compare it with, like you said, we have a comparison because we grew up differently, because we didn't even have the option.
We're incredibly social creatures. That's actually what separates us, not our intelligence, but our ability to work together in communities, to thrive as humans. A huge chunk of your brain is devoted towards just understanding people's moment-to-moment facial expressions, because social signals that come very rapidly are incredibly important to us, even if in the moment we're not totally realizing how important those social signals are.
Would any of you guys say that you struggle or have struggled with anxiety or depression?
Anxiety.
In high school?
Both.
Social media is the cause of a lot of
Depression.
Yeah, me too.
Don't.
Yes, definitely. I have an entire friend group who has latched on to each other due to their connection with depression.
Because they both are prone to anxiety and depression, I can't pinpoint whether or not it has anything to do with their device.
He's addicted to some games. I'm addicted to some games.
Look at how young they are. And it's like social media increases depression because if, again, you got cyberbullying, you got trolls, but if it's a like competition, it's the generation of likes. If you don't get a certain amount of likes or comments, my kids will literally DM me a post and ask me to like, comment, and share. I'm not finna do all that. So you can get likes? No, Lord, I'm too old for that. Man, if you don't get out of my inbox, I'm not doing it. And I can't share your stuff. I'm grown. I can't put myself at risk like that sharing you. unless it's something TTM related or something that's promoting you or like celebrating you. Sometimes I promote the businesses of my kids, but other than that, baby, I can't post you on my social media like that. But it's all about generating likes. Like, they send it to, literally will DM it to everybody on their friends list just to get likes. It's ridiculous. And if they don't get a certain amount, it affects them mentally. Like, literally, that's how depression starts. And it's like you got anxiety because you're like, okay, 10 likes, 20 likes, 30 likes. I'm getting up there. Oh man, I ain't getting no more likes, but she got like 5,000. And why Stacy got this but I ain't got this? That screams anxiety. No, Lord. And they too young. They way too young.
Sometimes when we don't get it, we cry, we throw a fit.
I notice that my anxiety ramps up when I'm on my phone more, but not from like any specific thing, just kind of the more time I spend in my head, the worse off I get.
A statement that I've been making at my talks with high schoolers is, don't you all just sort of feel like every moment of every single day we're all living in a state of low-grade anxiety?
That's another thing that be pissing me off.
And they all just kind of look at me like, yeah.
But adults do that shit too, because I be seeing adults that I know in real life, and I be like, first of all, you don't look like that, you don't act like that, you being real fake right now. Like, it's giving very much fake. And that I hate that. You too old to be doing that shit. That's why I'm authentic. I say whatever come to my head. I ain't got no filter. If I feel a certain way, I'm going to tell y'all. If I'm depressed, I'm going to tell you. If I'm struggling, I'm going to tell you. If I'm happy, I'm going to tell you. I get on here without my edges done and these bald spots out. Look at me. Like, when do y'all, I put on makeup and shit when I'm going somewhere. No, you going to take me as I am. I ain't putting no filter on. This is me. Clearly. Acne and all. Huh? You ain't getting no filter? Filter for what? No, you take me as I am, goddammit. No, Lord. You take me as I am.
So we are seeing many more kids coming to school with diagnoses of anxiety and depression. And we also know that the teen suicide rate from 2010 to 2017 increased 56%.
My day-to-day life in the ER over the last 20 years, I think there's been two very palpable changes. One is childhood obesity, and the other is mental health issues in terms of the volume and the frequency.
I have personally seen a difference in the number of children who are coming to the ER with mental health issues, with non-suicidal self-harming, and suicide attempts and suicidal ideation.
His demeanor with me and his temperament, everything is different after he's had hours of gaming or something with a friend.
Sometimes I feel like I want to give it up, but it's such a big part of teenage life, I guess you could say, that I just couldn't.
A lot of like our lives are on our phones, like texting our friends, like that's on our phone. Like, we have to be on it if we want to like talk to our friends.
And like, our school actually gives us information through social media, so it's kind of just like, it goes hand in hand that you will be using social media and have a phone.
The lives of kids were sort of changing slowly for a while, and then all of a sudden, smartphones were easy to get.
I think everybody
social media was easy to get. Most people were able to afford that. Most kids were able to get on social media, and that's when everything kind of skyrocketed.
I'm addicted to my iPad.
I'm addicted.
But adults, not just teenagers, are also addicted to their phones.
Parents are the primary determinant as to how a kid uses technology. In other words, if we want our kids to be consuming technology,
is literally trying to get his mama's attention, and she on her phone. So if the parent is on their phone all the time, the child is gonna do the same thing. Like, why I can't have a phone? I want a phone. Let me play on the phone. Then y'all sitting there fighting over the phone, because I see that all the time. Mama, let me see your phone. Do you pay the bill? Do you pay the bill? You don't. Okay, so no. But if I'm around my child, baby, that phone got to go. That phone got to go. No. You see how he's trying to get his mama's attention, but she too busy on the phone. So this is a teen issue, but it's also an adult issue as well. It's learned behavior.
differently, and we first need to look in the mirror and ask ourselves, would we want them using their technology exactly how I do?
The race for attention has to get more and more aggressive, and so it's not enough just to get your behavior and predict what will take your behavior. We have to predict how to keep you hooked in a different way. And so it crawled deeper down the brainstem into our social validation. So that was the introduction of likes and followers.
I post a lot. I used to, I almost have a mental schedule, okay, each month I'll post. And I'll edit the picture and make it look really good. Now I just kind of post when I want to.
Look at her. Look at how she edited that picture. Look at this post. She is not over 18. And if some predator or something see that on the internet, she done edited, she got the stance. Y'all see the stance would make your booty look bigger? I know kids that either used to be a TTM or I used to talk to and help and all that post stuff, and it's why? Take it from somebody who been there. Why? Baby, you ain't got to do all that just for no likes. It's so sad. Oh my God. That baby got to be under 18. She might be 16. Because look how she look in the other clip. Man, let some pervert get a hold of that.
And I definitely delete posts that don't get a lot of likes.
I like to have a lot of likes on my posts. Just to it just makes you feel good.
You feel better when people are yeah, you're looking good, but then at other times you feel horrible because people aren't liking your post, but you can see they looked at it.
No, I don't care. I mean, it sucks when my art doesn't get a whole lot of likes.
They call each other and say, hey, do me a favor, like my picture. I need more likes on my...
It's really easy for you to be oh, look at this other girl. She got this many more likes. Her body's this much nicer.
Are they chasing likes? Are they, as some young people say, I'll put a photo up and if I don't get 50 likes right away, I'm taking it down.
And that got it was much cheaper to, instead of getting your attention, to get you addicted to getting attention from other people. And this has created the kind of mass narcissism and mass cultural thing that's happening with young people, especially today.
I think people's online status does connect to their popularity at school. I'd say they're kind of symbiotic, they both feed off of each other.
Look at this, I have a 400 streak with this person. I'm better than you. Or look at this, I got 600 likes on Instagram. I'm better than you. They just want to be famous. They just want people to adore them.
They're hoping to get famous, they're hoping to get popular, they're hoping to get validated by strangers on the internet. Clout addiction. You know what clout is?
It's not as if all of a sudden a separate part of our brain evolved in the past 10 years to separate out social signals from social media, from those social signals that we get in real life. The social feedback is literally rewarding when it's positive, and it's literally punishing when it's negative.
Exactly. So, okay, I'm going to stop it right there because it's exactly what he said. When it's positive, then it's oh my God, I'm famous, I'm this, I'm that, and people love me and all that. But then when it's negative, it's so hard and it has this really painful feel to it when that's what you're focused on. And this young generation, this new generation, baby, let me tell you. Oh Lord, I'm glad I'm a 90s baby. It's a whole, we dealing with a whole nother monster. And it's something that you cannot get rid of. It's only gonna get worse. Because technology gonna continue to grow and change. And so it's only, I just want to see what the world gonna be like when I'm in my 50s and 60s. I'm a little scared. I ain't gonna lie. I'm definitely a little scared. And the rate of suicide in teens because of this, that is so sad. That's why we got to talk to our kids. We got to do better with this. We have to talk to them. We got to let them know. You got to validate your kids. Tell them you're beautiful. Because I have kids that have low self-esteem. They have low self-esteem. Baby, you are beautiful. You don't have to put on all that makeup. You don't have to do none of that. You are beautiful just the way you are. Especially for my African-American women. Especially for my melanated girls. Your hair, your skin, all that. Flawless. You woke up like this. But no, seriously, we have to validate. And please, make sure like you mix it up. It's okay to give kids technology, but me as a godmama, baby, I'm buying books. I'm buying all kind of flashcards, everything. I'm the educational one. You ain't getting no toys. You gonna get some books. We finna read together. I just had to bring that to y'all. I wanted to touch on it. I seen a documentary and I was like, that's a good topic. I know me and Tawana briefly talked about it and we all talked about it on the live, but I wanted to get that to y'all. That was very important. And again, it's called Childhood 2.0 on YouTube if you want to watch the full documentary. And if you haven't seen Social Dilemma on Netflix, that's also a very good documentary. I strongly recommend you watch that. So I will see y'all after my fast, and I love y'all very much. Bye.
Girl, you gave me your soul.